Hi Virgo, this is your weekly reading. I'm very excited to start the new weekly reads, full reads, and they are full reads. We are coming straight out the gate, strong and intense, all of the reads so far. I just did Taurus and I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to finish reading today, but it was deep. If you have any Taurus placements or have your Virgo sun or moon in the second house or stellium in the second house, I would maybe go watch it, but this is sun, moon, rising, definitely Venus. I'm big on that. And if you have a stellium in the sixth house, if you have sun or moon in the sixth house, then the Virgo reading is probably something, okay, that you should be watching. Virgo has had the nicest reads when I'm doing the Friday night tarot on Soul Navigation. This is not an exception. I mean, let's see how it keeps going, but this is what I'm looking at. I am looking at, and obviously cross watchers are, whoa. Cross watchers are welcome. In this reading, I'm going to look at, that's meant to come out, it will. I'm gonna look at the energy that surrounds you now, the energy that surrounds your person or persons or situation now, and then the energy of the alchemy that those two energies create. Okay. And then, oh, that is so interesting. Okay. Then I look at what you're both bringing into the relationship or the exchange. Whether it's actually going on in 3D now, it's just basically what energy that is so prominent or needs to be cleansed through. I mean, Virgo is all about, Virgo is really, it's not just about daily work and pets and health. It's about self-mastery. And so God knows the growth part will be well received with my Virgo community. So I like to look and see what each of you are bringing in, what like your current mindsets and beliefs about exchanging with others are, and what's the most prominent one, either one that needs to be healed or one that you're just you're deciding this one's going to be different. So that's the mindset going in and the energy going in. And sometimes that's not an energy that you're aware of. The last row, I like to look at the growth, the lessons. We are all, the person and the relationship are never the destination. The destination is us. It's all, our entire lives is about discovery of self. And then you want to find somebody that creates that really beautiful environment so you can like dive into that and then fall down sometimes. And pick yourself back up in that discovery process. And so this last row is my favorite because it's whether it lasts 10 months, 10 years, or 10 weeks, what are the divinely guided lessons that this person is a vehicle to? Like, you know, that's the most important thing, right? Because if you're watching this, probably whatever you've dealt with hasn't worked out in forever. And when we make forever the goal, instead of growth and loving ourselves and getting more comfortable with who we are, the goal, that's when the disappointment has created the attachment to the outcome. I love Virgo because I know I could say all that and you got all of it. It was not too much for you. Okay, so this row is you, this row is them, the row in the middle is the alchemy created by the two of you. Very interesting. You have Like literally starting off the reading with the 0 card, with the beginning of tarot, the Fool, the jump, the leap. I can't stop smiling. Now, what's interesting is there is a trust that has been created between you and universe that I feel like you really, really have been putting effort into. There are going to be people while you're leaping. Adorable little doggy, but the doggy is just the voices behind you saying, remember the last time you leaped, and are you sure you want to do that, and did you know that this could happen and that could happen? And that's what trust is about, right? Like when we do a trust fall, there's an element of that pragmatically doesn't make sense to just fall backwards, because some of the consequences could be that if that doesn't work out, and if the trust isn't reciprocal between you and the other person, or in this case, you and yourself, or you and universe, you fall down, go boom, get hurt. And so what I'm feeling very strongly is that like you are in a place where you don't want fear anymore, because it hasn't been serving you. It doesn't really ever serve anybody. And fear and pragmatism are two different things. Please know that. But you're also really, you're a box checker. And the box checking part of you is like, leaping could have these side effects, like one of those commercials for a really scary pharmaceutical. Take whatever medicines you absolutely have to take. I'm a big proponent of being healthy, combining East and West, but some of them have like, leakage and oily discharge. And so some of the side effects are things that like, if you focus on the side effects, you won't take the thing that helps you get better. And again, I'm not advocating either way. I personally try to do as much as I can with food. And I don't right now have to take any pharmaceuticals. So I'm not advocating either way. I would also take something if I absolutely had to. I'm just saying, like, Virgo wants to like go over the list, and sometimes that can be a little bit self-torture. Overanalyzation and a little bit of fear can keep you from this Fool energy. I just think that you feel like there's voices, and one of that is an inner voice for sure, nipping at your heels, trying to make you doubt yourself. But that is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous for Virgo. That's a gorgeous card. Love it. 10 out of 10. Immediately yes. Your person is trying to offer you the thing that Virgo kind of really likes, and that's stability. Person or situation. This could also be another situation. I felt this a couple weeks ago for Virgo in the Friday night tarot, where there's a possible universe is going to provide another source of income, and it might, the ace is starting small. So it might be something that looks small, but it has potential, and it's divinely guided, and it's backed up. So that's either a person that will also help grow you in all of those ways. And stability is not just money. And then the energy created by the two of you is King of Wands. King of Wands gets stuff done passionately, not because they have to, not because it's the grind, not the King of Pentacles. It's King of Passion. He has a little gecko. If this was on your person side, I'd make a really corny joke right now that like an insurance salesman might be coming your way. So what the alchemy between the two of you presents and offers is passion. You know, I really like this for you, Virgo, because sometimes it can get a little spreadsheety, you know? So I feel like this is embracing the other parts of your placements that are really kind of gonna turn the fires on. And the other thing the King of Wands does is he really is a doer. So this also falls right in line with like not letting fear hold you back and not listening to the voice. Because if anyone has done the research and understood the assignment before they go bother to leap, it's Virgo, right? Virgo and Aquarius probably understand the assignment. God, that first row, I wish could we just end the reading here and be like, that's great. I'll see you next week. That's beautiful. So let's look at what you both are bringing in though. So the passion and like you are in a current state of engaging in that trust, trying not to listen to the voice that says don't do it because you'll get oily discharge, fall down, go boom. And gotta hope you're not just tuning in. And then they're trying to offer stability, or the situation is trying to offer more abundance and stability. And there's passion and created by both of these energies, which is just gorgeous, and getting it done, not just talking about it, getting it done. The next thing I have that you're bringing in to the relationship is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, for some of you, this is that you're letting go of that person that looks perfect. That looks good on paper. Virgo, like somebody who's good on paper. You're letting go of you being having to be perfect, which would be amazeballs. And you are letting go of the expectations of a relationship, or a person has to like tick all the boxes. Again, that would be great. They are bringing in, oh yeah, now that makes sense. They are bringing in transformation and change, and whatever that takes. Like whatever it takes. This is one of my favorite. These cards are gorgeous, but this is the ethereal deck. It's almost like the Scorpio death card holding the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, if you've ever watched me before, if you're new, welcome. I have a lot of decks. Some girls have shoes and purses, and I have a lot tarot decks. And so I kind of let spirit help me pick, universe helps me pick which deck, because artwork matters. This isn't just Wheel of Fortune. This is transformation that brings the Wheel of Fortune. And this is somebody who is willing to like walk through the fire for the change that's needed. They don't stay in uncomfortable. They used to stay in uncomfortable, and they don't. And that was really hard for them. You may be dealing with somebody who used to have like a little anxiety. Maybe they still do, but they're willing to like still like that thing that says like, you know, if you're scared, just do it scared. Don't not do it because you're fearful. Just do it while you're fearful, and just do it. And I feel like that embodies that phrase embodies this person. I feel like they've let a lot of things keep them stuck, and they are in a place, tides are turning, and they realize that like the tides aren't going to turn by themselves, and the anxiety that plagues them is probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Not completely, and to like hold the expectation of I'll do that when I don't have anxiety about it anymore, has become a block. They're no longer allowing. So they're voraciously seeking the transformation and change of fortune that they understand that they are responsible for, and they are not waiting for anxiety to move out of the way. Anxiety's got to just like hop in shotgun and go with them. That's what I just heard. The energy, the alchemy that the two of you are bringing in, though, is my favorite happy ending card, the 10 of Pentacles. Listen, when this is in the middle of the reading, I like it. I like it a lot. And also, if you're new, I'm a dork. What helps create this happy ending card, this 10 of Pentacles, which is like in it for the long run. And being able, for me, the reason that 10 of Pentacles is the happy ending card. You know, when I first started looking at tarot, watching tarot for myself, learning tarot, I thought 10 of Cups, that's the goal, right? I feel like now the 10 of Pentacles is the goal, and here's why. 9 of Cups, star card, 10 of Pentacles, probably my favorite cards. And the reason why is that the 10 of Pentacles is living in the now. The stability comes within just being happy in the moment and not expecting it to be honeymoon every day. But both people are putting equal reciprocity effort in, and it is about what you're building and not just how it looks. That'll make sense to who it's supposed to make sense. I love it. In the bottom row, what each person receives in the lesson. So that's kind of like the lesson that you're giving them, the lesson you're getting. And then the alchemy of how from now on it changes your exchanges with others. And that's a personal lesson that I learned when I had a relationship that was, it didn't even, I wouldn't even call it serious in like the 3D and like what a relationship looks like. And it wasn't super long at all. But the connection taught me so much so quickly that I was forever changed in a million good ways. I don't, that relationship didn't sail off into the sunset, but what it brought me was huge. I'm a happier, better person, more peaceful, without a doubt. So that's why this last row, I think, is so important to look at, especially as a tarot reader, because there's not really a whole lot of losing if you recognize what you were supposed to discover about yourself. Even when something's pissing you off and got you raging and walking the floors, there's something in there that it's trying to bring awareness to, that moment, that argument with somebody, even if it's an argument with somebody you love. It doesn't mean they're right and you're wrong. It doesn't mean you have to learn a lesson about yourself because you're terrible. It just means there's something else that you're supposed to be, awareness is supposed to be brought. And my dear Virgo friend, Yoda, and mentor, really, of course, Virgo self-mastery. She has really kind of slowly had so much patience with me, with my Aries moon, and really brought that lesson to me. Like, take a second. What is this trying to show me? What I can be fully 100% right and still see what there is to discover about myself. Well, this is not shabby again for Virgo. Fool card, King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Your other person over here is willing to like walk through fire for the transformation and change, not stay in stuck energy. Even with their own stuff, they're not going to make their stuff your problem. And then we have the Emperor, the CEO. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. I don't even think you need a reading next week. Let's just let this one sit. Now, your King of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Pentacles next to it in the upright. And then when that card came out last, I thought, that's weird. That's suspicious. It's the 10 of Cups in reverse. Oh, hold up, Buttercup. This is your person's card for what they get, what they learn out of the relationship. That anxiety that they experience, the thing that's been about it, part of it is because, like, if I don't make it perfect, if it's not mushy gushy, like, there's a very funny TikTok, and I'm sure it's like an old Vine sound or something, but it's a shaky girl's voice leaving a message for her boyfriend, and she's like, this morning when you got up and you're tying your shoes, I felt like you looked at me funny and you didn't say I love you 3 times. So do you still love me? And also, can you please bring home chicken nuggets? Your person used to have a little bit of that. I used to have a little bit of that too. I was so nervous that I was disposable and unlovable, and yes, I will be sharing my vulnerability. I was so nervous through a lot of relationships in my life that I was so unlovable and disposable that, like, if anything shifted, if it wasn't exactly how it was, like the first, second, third week, I got nervous, and that couldn't have been fun for the other person either, to feel like it's that much work all the time to keep somebody secure. You should be doing what you can and understand what your partner's needs are before you say yes to the mess. Because we all have a little mess we're bringing in. We just do. And speaking of that, this is not about saying yes to the dress. This is about saying yes to the mess and worrying about the commitment and the enjoying what you can build in each day, and not freaking out when it doesn't look like the honeymoon period all the time. So they learn that the 10 of Cups isn't, you're not broken if it's not 10 of Cups energy all the time, like the party, the celebration. There's work in the relationship that is 10 of Pentacles, but that's like, somebody's got to do the dishes and take the car to the tire place, and someone's going to have a bad day and the other person's going to make up for it. And then the other day, and then one day they're both going to have bad days and they're going to be mad at each other. And that's all okay. And it's all okay. And doing things still when you're fearful, not letting your anxiety take a hold of you, and not having expectations of grandeur in a relationship that only lead to your own disappointment anyway. That's a huge lesson. That's beautiful. And under the 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, consistency. And consistency that looks like, I'm going to show up the best I can every day and not try to be perfect. Now, I don't know who this is. If it's another earth sign, Virgo and earth signs do really well together. You have that Scorpio card too there. Scorpio and Virgo can do really well. But you're both learning consistency, and that consistency doesn't mean this, that I keep hearing. Consistency doesn't mean, it means you show up every day with the energy that you can bring to the relationship, and honesty, and knowing that that's not always going to be perfect, but you just show up. And sometimes showing up will mean, I'm having a bad day, so let's not talk about the big things. Let's not talk about planning how we're going to spend Christmas vacation, or whether we're getting an extension on the house, or whether we're going to go get that apartment. Today is not the day. Sometimes showing up means making your partner aware of where you're at in that moment, rather than creating resentment because you're already having a hard day, and then they felt like you weren't giving enough because they don't know that you're having a hard day because you didn't communicate it. It's consistency. It's okay with where you're at and showing up as you are in the moment, and that being enough. God, this is a gorgeous reading. Do we even have to clarify? Let's get what you can do for yourself to sustain. Actually, I'm gonna use these cards. Were created by my very gifted, brilliant friend and colleague. Oh, there's a little sneaky sneak in there. Stacy. And my booking link is in there, and like the soul navigation channel link, all the links that you could need are in the description box. But she is also one of the metaphysical practitioners at Soul Navigation on our team. And these cards she created, I absolutely love them. Plus, you know, they came with Stacy magic on it. Excellent medium, past lives. She's great. Okay. I clear my thoughts. I am clear. My thoughts are calm and peaceful. That is about leaping. That's about leaping. And that is about, yeah. Universe understood the assignment. That's clarification. Trusting my intuition. The whole reading started out with trusting, right? And embracing spiritual gifts. I'm clear and my thoughts are calm and peaceful. When you create the clear channel to, because when you're trusting in the universe, and we're talking about spiritual connections, guides, and this, it's all your higher self. It's all your higher self. You're most likely a nerd, Virgo, so I'm just going to throw out a Harry Potter reference. In Prisoner of Azkaban 3, they have the time turner, right? So they do everything, and then the last like 10 minutes, they redo it all again. And in the first time, Harry's convinced he sees his father across the lake, casting a Patronus. And it's so powerful and it's so amazing. He thinks it's like the ghost of his dad, right? And then the second time, they're using the time turner. So they're back in all the situations and realizing that the person and people that made that all work out, and the people that saved them, are themselves. And, you know, at one point he turns to Hermione and he said, I knew I could do it because I'd already done it. Because he watched himself the first time and he just thought it was somebody else because he was in such awe at the power. And then he realized, oh, no, that's me. I have the power. When you are connecting to guides, when you are trusting yourself and trusting universe, it's the same thing. You are trusting higher self. Anything that falls in front of you, you can do because you've already done it. So just please know when something feels like an obstacle, I want you to think of the line in Harry Potter in my annoying voice telling you you can do it because you've already done it. Higher self wouldn't guide you to it if they weren't sure, because it's you in the future and the past and the present, because it's all fluid. All right, before I get too deep, I'm going to just take a advice card from universe. Let's take these gorgeous girls. This was a beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. Please leave me a comment when this resonates. Like, the feedback is everything for me. Knight of Wands, more passion coming in. So like Knight of Wands, we are leaping through fire. We are rushing in. This also could be a little bit like, sometimes depending on the other cards, this is my like, you know, rushing in for the goodies. And I mean like Sierra goodies. or jumping through fire. That's full card energy to me. That's the same. It's oscillating between the King of Wands and also like in the moment. Stop putting the anxiety of what's going to happen. What else do we have? Advice from the universe for Virgo. Just when I thought this couldn't get any better. Virgo. Could be your person. Like this could be divine connection. For some of you, it is. Lean into it. All right. This was amazing. I will see you Friday night on Soul Navigation. It's like 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Oh, and I'm giving away 30-minute reading this week. And you just have to watch a couple of episodes. I'll ask a question. If you've been watching, you'll know the answer. First person to answer wins. I love you. Now you love you. And I will see you next week. Bye, Virgo.